These tigers!
No, I bet he is. So, after yesterday's bullshit excuse, because Polite ended up getting 7 years yesterday, actually, and I forgot. I think 10 years probation, and if he violates, he has to do 60 years. Okay, now here's the thing. And there's a reason I'm saying go back to the 90s, you faggots, is because this excuse would have worked in the 90s. You know what I mean? When Negros didn't have so much to go off. You know what I mean? Okay, because before Malachi Z. York's case and all that different stuff. All right, cool. Maybe you would have been able to pull this off. But since we are in these days, it's not going to slide, Sinetta. So here's the thing. Why are Negroes always late to save the day? Well, I believe because you're not supposed to be saving the day. I believe you guys are supposed to be going through chaos and pain forevermore. I don't think you guys are supposed to be getting out of this. And I know why, and I'm going to share it with you today, but it takes a lot. So anyway, this guy right here, Sinetta. Hold on. It's coming. Give it. It's real hot today, so I can understand why all the electronicals are not being so electronical right now. But so anyway, Sinetta has changed his name like 4 or 5 times. It went from Black News 101 to it went from Black News 101 to Black News 102 to House Consciousness, even though it was always Black News 101 House Consciousness. But it ended up going to Sinetta Studios. And then I think he has a new thing called Cam Up, something like that. So anyway, this guy's whole premise is about knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about knowledge and information. But, and I'm going to try to find it to where, you guys can hear him say it out of his mouth. I just got to remember where it was and who asked him.
He's a whatever. Cuba was straight on that. We know him
now. I'm innocent. That's all. That's my stance on it.
You actually get convicted of it. However, now the playing field is level where we know exactly
goddamn names. So coming for me is showing me who you are. Face.
Yeah.
Well, Son of the Studios, be careful, brother. This live got way too. I'm good. I ain't even worried.
Early and all of that. About what, because it's such a big stigma to talk about it, because everybody continuously just trying to sweep it under the rug, people trying to find a way to make a man that isn't guilty, that is.
I could have gone to jail.
You know what? I'm not even going to stress off it. I'm not going to stress off it. Stress off it because the fuck. For one, I'm not going to stress off it because the computer's acting like a fucking bozo. For two, I'm not going to stress off it because anybody who watched his live yesterday, they heard him say it. And him and Q Butter didn't get into it, but that's kind of where he said it, where he's like, because he had the Jamaican dude on there, talking about, oh, sign that the boy, da boy, and all this different stuff. But bottom line is, Sai says he's not a part of the conscious community. He says there is no such thing as the conscious community because that was Dr. Ben and Ash Rockwayze and stuff like that. And for that, I have to do it. Hold on.
Niggas still fucking talking. You niggas still breathing. Fucking roaches. All right.
Sorry for asking, but do you have gel?
Nah, my bad. One of my people's trying to do their hair and shit. Okay, so anyway, you know, fuck it. One more time.
Niggas still fucking talking. You niggas still breathing. Fucking roaches. All right.
Now, the reason I'm bringing that up is because Sai said he's not a part of the conscious community. But only an idiot would not be able to see the name of his page. The name of his page is House of Consciousness. So how are you not a part of this so-called conscious community that doesn't exist, but you would have a page called the House of Consciousness?
Niggas still fucking talking. You niggas still breathing. Fucking roaches. All right.
So I'm supposed to just believe this. I'm supposed to believe Sai Netta. Now, also remember, Sai is fucking Nepal Shaddai. Okay, Sai is already married. Sai already has a wife. Whatever her name is, I'm not going to bring her up. So Sai Netta is basically cheating on his wife. And I'm supposed to believe that this fool didn't know nothing about what Polite was doing. But at the same time, he's already admitted that when he was down there, he heard Polite's song at some club. Hold on. Is this where it's at? You know what? Fuck it. I'm not even trying to find it. I'm not even trying to find it because everybody should know. You know what I mean? And if they don't know, that's embarrassing on their half because it's like, nigga, this is about the kids. And this is the thing that pisses me off the most. Nigga, everybody's making excuses for a grown-ass man touching on kids. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy as hell. And it don't make no fucking sense. Because if we leave it up to Sinetta and we just listen to his emotions, like, oh, you know, y'all dirty and y'all y'all trying to slander my name and I'm not the one who touched the girl. If we take all this information that Sinetta is saying, okay, nigga, what about the other 3 niggas that you have brought If we just say fuck Polite, even though he's been charged with the crime, and we've told you a year ago, months ago, and it's like you were, oh, I gotta wait till the thing come out. Okay, so nigga, everybody has to play dumb because you want to play dumb. All right, cool. What about Nature Boy? None of us knew. Nobody knew who Nature Boy was until he went to the House of Consciousness. Then we found out who Nature Boy was. Who did Nature Boy come with? Young Pharaoh. What did Pharaoh end up doing? Shooting at his baby mama house with the kid in the house. Even if the kid wasn't in the house, that's still some whole ass shit. But it's like, okay. I'm not going to talk about that Mighty Hebrew story because I never got like the full gist of it. So I ain't going to talk about that. But that's another one. So you got Brother Polite. We're supposed to let him slide because you ain't have nothing to do with it. All right, cool. You got Nature Boy. Oh, that was never your dude, and somebody else brought him there. But recently, probably like a week and a half before he even got popped, he was on your show again. That's after admitting that he let his son play with his penis. You put him back on there. That's after we gave you the information of him being in the gay porn. You put him back on there. All right. Young Pharaoh, after he shot up the garage where his baby mama was, you interviewed him again. He got into it with Jabari, and then, okay, it went left. But then think about it like this. Huh? Even if we take all the pedo shit out the way, we just say we just going to say fuck it. They have nothing to do with you. What about Boule Jabari and how that's your right-hand man? We think people are stupid. These fraternities haven't done a goddamn thing for black people. They're still 13%. So it don't matter how much school, how much history you get in this Pan-Africanism that you guys do. One thing's for sure and two things for certain. The kids are going to stay fucked up because ever since we've had this wisdom, we've stayed 13%. Remember, Black Power and all that shit comes right after the 60s. You can talk about Marcus Garvey, but wasn't nobody pushing that shit until after the 60s. Once Black Power and Black Panthers come around, that's when y'all start talking this RBG shit. 13% haven't moved. What's another thing that y'all inclined with that shit? Thug music. The thugs and all y'all are, ex-drug dealers. Ain't no, argument with that shit. Some of y'all ex-murderers. Ain't no argument with that. Then the whole nation of Islam is ex-criminals. So it's like, that's not what he's saying. What I'm saying is, how am I supposed to believe you a clean person if you've been around dirt, you've been done dirt, and nigga, it doesn't look like it's slowing up. Now, as far as the Aboriginals fucking with you, going over there, I ain't gonna lie. I believe they doing that shit for promotion, publicity. I do, because you got all the fucking, Negroes of America as slaves, pretty much. It ain't your fault. It didn't start with you, but you're keeping the train going. So, Sinetta, here's my thing. Why you lie about not going to hang out with Polite in Florida, but you tell us on your show, House of Consciousness, that he invited you to a club to listen to the song, and you saw the crowd and they liked the song. So if this is the same weekend, whatever, but you didn't go out to hang with them, you just wanted to get that bread, how you know how the crowd reacted in the club? How was you in the club with them? The molesting kids, I don't push past Polite because Polite's already been caught with trannies. Polite's been caught sitting at the table with small hats Polite's been caught taking pictures with Sweet Polly cornbreads, and he's been caught outside and rental cars kicking it with transvestites. This nigga doesn't sound like he's loyal to anything except himself. Then we should have knew when his name was Cavity, when he was a fucking Crip and shit. Now his story just didn't add. His story, I forgot what he said. He either got shot in the head or he shot somebody in the head or something. His story just didn't add. It didn't make any sense. Trust me, take it from a real low. It didn't make any sense. So it's like we knew he was Fugazi from a long time ago. And don't get it confused, guys. Ever since you have been trying to battle the Bible, ever since you've been trying to find contradictions and you know, go your own way, and you're spiritual, you have remained 13%. You weren't always 13%. When you had your real knowledge, when you were real Masons, because you guys used to build with your hands. You didn't have no white people schools. You were segregated. They wouldn't even fuck with you. When you were segregated, you built your own towns, your own schools. You had your knowledge. You know, you listen to Nas, and he's like, oh, and these, you know, dilapidated schools with these, you know, old textbooks. It's like, well, that's funny. Because before you had your textbooks at all, you were building and you were inventing. You were making stuff. This part of your story is never spoken about because, remember, the Pan-Africans, a.k.a. the CIA, doesn't want you to know anything glorified about you here. The only thing you're supposed to know is woe is me, slavery. It's another thing. Like, I need y'all to watch. It's 4 hours, but I need y'all to watch that video on Sonetta's page about Polite and how there's a black dude who gets up on there and he starts talking about, why do you guys always talk about Egypt? Why don't y'all ever talk about West Africa? Now, he's not, you know, that far into the wisdom. You can tell because he's asking him about Timbuktu, and he's like, y'all don't never talk about Timbuktu and our gloriousness in West Africa. Jabari and Brother Reggie, two senior Boulets, two Boulay senior citizens. Tell them straight up, well, we don't talk about that because they were all slave traders. That was all slavery. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't want to confuse the point. That's what he was saying. Like, that's what Reggie said in so many words. I'm paraphrasing. He was like, we don't want to confuse the point. What point, Reggie? What point are you guys trying to do? Brother Reggie. What point? Better yet, Reggie. Just like Polite. You're not brother. No. Reggie. What do you not want to confuse?
Niggas still fucking talking. You niggas still breathing. Fucking roaches. All right.
See, they cannot talk about Timbuktu and slavery in West Africa because that's going to fuck up their whole thing. Their whole thing is a woe is me story. They beat you, they hung you, feel sorry for them. That's the whole point. They're just like the Democrats. The Democrats work, they speak for the poor people. So as long as you're poor, they can keep you in their pocket. Okay, same thing with the Pan-Africans. As long as you're worried about being a slave and not the slave master, they can keep pimping you. They can keep taking your money at these lectures, these debates, and so on and so on and so on. That's how it works. So what would the true agenda be? Why would they not want you to know about slavery in West Africa, in the Moors, and the Muslims? Why not? Because then maybe you would put it together with the Feds over here, with the Shriner, and why you see the Pan-Africans will call you a conspiracy theorist if you talk about Masons or the CIA. That's all they're going to do. They're just going to... They were the conspiracy theorists. That's the funny thing. That's the craziest shit. They split the script. They were the ones talking about them putting fluoride in your water, and they, you know, purposely rigged the system so the black person, the family, could never rise, and they're emasculating your men. And those are all conspiracy theories, though. Those are really considered conspiracy theories because you have to prove it. And from what I see, it's more little white kids chopping off body parts and shit, like hooked on pills and all types of stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I say it's the chessboard. It's black and white. They want both of you dead. But no, I digress. Why are Negroes always late to save the day? Because look who you're dealing with. As long as you're still dealing with the black Geppetto, because that's all y'all dealing with. Y'all the whole conscious community, Black Power RPGs, all that shit. Even the esoteric star children, because you notice they don't never be rich neither. None of these motherfuckers know the winning lotto number. Like, they can tell you everything about somebody else's life, but they can't tell you how for them to cash out. Even with the devil, you signed the contract, he put you in something nice, you be in a nice house, you blow up, you get paid. You might have to get ran up the butt cheeks, or, you know, swallow some man's sperm, or drink some piss, or eat some shit. You might have to go through something. Yeah, I believe it. Might even have to kill one of your family members. Like, okay, I believe it. But at least you get something. These niggas, y'all ain't getting anything. Y'all still 13%. We haven't moved a fucking grain. We haven't moved nothing. Nothing. And they can give us all the science they want. You can keep making these people popular. All y'all doing is getting your kids raped. That's all I'm telling the Negroes of America. Everybody that y'all think is cool is raping your kids, whether physically, spiritually, or mentally. They destroying y'all whole fucking community. That's why you haven't went anywhere. It's not about the popular vote. It's not about the popular vote with the black community. I'm sorry, it's not. Everything y'all like is bad for you. No, it's not about who you like. It's about who gets on your fucking nerves. That's what you need to listen to. You need to listen to the nigga that pisses you off. You don't want to give him no airplay. You don't never want to hear this dude's voice in your ears because it's drilling you. Or a woman. You never want to hear this woman's voice in your ears because it's drilling you. That's what you need to hear. You guys have had too much fun. You've made all the fucking music. How you gonna say you ain't been having a good time? You made all the genres of music. Everybody copies your dances. How are you saying you're not having a good time? You walking in Walmart, not paying for shit, eating food, leaving it on the counter, drinking stuff, leaving it there. I'm not saying you're the only one. I'm just pointing you out, motherfucker. You record yourself. How the fuck are you not having a good time? Out there selling drugs, you run the block. You know what I'm saying? All the street corners, you own those. You can sit in front of this fucking corner store and harass people going in, trying to be a patron to the fucking business. You've been having too much fucking fun. That's what it is. You've been having way too much fun. You got to get serious. You got to be like imagine if people was having fun building the goddamn building. They didn't take nothing serious. You know, you wouldn't be nervous. Like, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. You know, I can only do so much. I can promote myself, but what I'm saying is I can only do so much. And I'm tired of it. These stories, come on, bro. This shit is getting old. This shit is getting old. Motherfuckers told you about watching out for white vans, just turn around and be molesting your kids. They got you looking out the window while they in the back room tampering with your innocent. And it's like, fucking Polite robbed crypto. He killed himself. It's like, dog, this motherfucker's not only a rapist, he's a murderer, bro. He fucking basically led somebody to suicide, motherfucker. And he's a thief. This nigga's a rapist, a thief, and a murderer. And it's like, y'all motherfuckers don't even see it. This motherfucker did a triple threat. He did, but what the fuck? Like, Sonetta knew nothing about it. He never knew anything about the crypto story, even though AP been put that shit re-up. But it's like, nah, he didn't know nothing about that. He didn't know nothing about his niece that turned out, no, it's not really his niece. It's through marriage. You a fucked up. You a fucking viper. There's no way in hell that y'all can say Sonetta is not a fucking devil, because he's the one who said he's not a part of the conscious community, but he makes a page called House of Consciousness. Y'all stupid as fuck. You believe anything that old Mason say, you a damn fool. That's why he has other people talking. Because Sonetta knows only thing he can deal with is his little feelings about the Bible. And he'd be dead wrong. Like, he'd be dead wrong. Everything he's arguing about the Bible, he'd be wrong. You're not looking at it in the fucking allegorical sense. I don't care if these dummies on the street represent Christ wrong till they die. That don't mean that you're right by saying that the way that you're interpreting. That doesn't mean that's the correct way of reading it. You're wrong. A lot of these stories are not even supposed to be on the ground. You're supposed to take this shit to your head. That's why you're reading it. You're not there. Motherfucker's a fucking idiot. It's like they're going to read a book with characters in it. You can call them prophets, pharaohs, it doesn't matter. Characters are in it. Okay, through these stories, you're understanding between good and evil. That's usually what the stories are all about. Sometimes it's just all peace. It's just a peaceful story. Sometimes it's just all bad. It's just a badass story. But usually there's the duality in it. You're supposed to be like when Moses is arguing with Pharaoh, that is what you're supposed to get. You're not supposed to sit here and wait to see Moses or Pharaoh one day. Like, you're stupid. It's like, bro, we already know that never even happened because the King's List is still there. There was no fucking flooding. The King's List hasn't been broken. It's still there. So it's like, well, wait a minute. So why would they tell us that? Because it's allegory. It's metaphorical prophecy. It will come true. Why? Because somebody's going to read it and get it. Oh, what about famine, pestilence? Bro, you don't think that was happening before the book was made? The fuck is wrong with you, dog? There's always been poison ivy, poison oak. There's always been poison fungus. The hell is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? If God makes the ocean, it's not always just smooth. It can get rocky as hell. It can literally pull a body. The current is so strong, it can pull you to your death. Water ain't got to talk. It blemishes your life, but at the same time, you can take it. Same thing with fire. You can cook food with it or you can burn your flesh off. Are you getting God now? If you're calling God nature and God's the elements, then what does it mean? It means sometimes you can pet an animal or sometimes you better run because it's going to kill you. It's as simple as that. So Polite comes to a conscious community bragging about, Hollywood system stuff. He wants to wear Gucci. He wants to wear Louis Vuitton. He wants to drive expensive cars. Doesn't sound very conscious to me, you know what I mean? But what do my people fall for? They want the glamour. They want the allure. And newsflash, you've already had it too long. That's why you're not building anything. You traded your Masonic building, your real stuff here, because newsflash, everybody that believes in the Bible or the Quran or the Torah, all those people had to build their own place. There is no fucking place for rent, you idiot. Oh, they act like, hey, went to the hotel. No, that's in a big city. Christ from Nazareth. Abraham's from Ur, from Chaldea. Wasn't that over there? What the fuck? They had to make their own shit. So that means they were builders. They knew what they were doing. They were builders. They knew what they were doing. They got us off of the physical build and just mentally building. That's all we're doing. We're just rhyming and singing, making prophecies in the mind, but never putting hands and feet to them. So it's like, why do you think the rapper doesn't have to kill the people in the neighborhood, but the people in the neighborhood still get killed by listening to the rapper? Why do you think that is? Why would we be moving like that? Because of these Pan-African niggas and people don't want to realize that is a government outpost. All of them are. It don't matter if it's Pan-African, if it's the Hebrew Israelites, if it's the NOIs, bro, all of them have a tie to the government. Because why would they be allowing them to talk to you? And why have you not went anywhere? And why are other people going somewhere? See, I didn't say that the shit don't work because you can look at the small hat. If the small hat has been rocking with the same book since you met him, and he owned the music industry, the movie industry, the court system, you can sit here and be like, oh, well, that's because he's white. No, the fuck he not. I could have swore the Wicked Klan man hates Jews too. He calls them kikes all the time. He don't like them. So what's that mean? How's this a white supremacist society, bro? But they're letting the small hat run all the business. Why would they? Come on, man. Come on, man. It's called a point of order. And my people don't have no order. That's what it is. That's why they quick to look for these fake prophets, and it's like, bro, how the hell are you looking for a fake prophet when the truth is right in your face? Y'all know y'all drink. Y'all know y'all smoke. Y'all know y'all fuck. Y'all know y'all fight. Okay, so why would you want somebody to introduce themselves to you hiding from you? Why you keep wanting fake shit? You act like there's not and cut. Everybody you introduce to, you think Steve Urkel got his own weed strand now. Steve Urkel. He promoted it with Snoop Dogg dressed up like Steve Urkel. Why? Why, before they knocked Pee Wee Herman for jacking off by himself as a grown man in a theater by himself, the fuck were we even mad about? Oh, because he's for the kids. Okay, bro, what do you mean he's for the kids? Before he even had his own fucking show, he was sniffing coke under the table with Cheech and Chong. Watch the movies. Watch the movies, bro. Pee Wee Herman been around niggas smoking weed, sniffing coke, fucking bitches, prostitutes and shit. He did all that before y'all gave him a show. Before the Pee Wee's Big Adventure, all that shit he had been did that with Cheech and Chong. That's who he used to roll with. So he rolling with a bunch of potheads. Y'all mad at him for doing some adult shit on his off time. Oh, because he's around the kid. That don't make no motherfucking sense. Okay, I'm saying that to say this. Polite being able to get this long don't make no fucking sense. And for Sinetta to claim to be clean when he's been caught several fucking times. Sinetta's been caught several times. He didn't call him out. Oh, don't act like don't make me do it, baby Dr. York. Baby Dr. York, you've been calling him out on messing with your niece through marriage, but you claimed it as your niece. But since it wasn't through blood, it's okay for him to do, you dirty motherfucker. You's a sick bastard. Then you got caught again. You got caught again because you said you just met him in Florida just to get some money. You said you met him at his hotel. You just got some money, and that was it. That's where you even met Linda. You had been known Linda. You in Nepal. Yeah, we've been met Linda. Okay, cool. But I thought in the same visit, you heard his song in the club. Now, if he tries to play that off like that's California, all right, cool. What about this is so fucking sad. What about once the case hit the news, but you had already knew what he had did to your niece through marriage? How did you kick it with him again after that? Now, we're not saying shoot down the house of consciousness. I'm asking Sinetta a question. If you're not a part of this conscious community, then what is the house of consciousness? What is that? What does that even mean? Oh, it's just the brothers on 125th. Kicking what? What were they kicking? What is this thing that we call it? What were they doing? Was it consciousness, maybe? Hence the name of the show, House Consciousness. I don't know, B. I don't think you can really like wiggle your way out of that one because you say you're not a part of the conscious community, but yet and still, this is the House of Consciousness. That is some weird shit. that like I said, if that's not the devil speaking with a forked tongue, I don't know what is. I really don't know what is. I really can't claim anything. I'm just lost because I'm like, so you're not a part of the conscious community, but the name of the show is House Conscious. And then if we just go to your tapes, you've been said, you were, conscious, and this is the conscious community, and whatever. You didn't know nothing about polite. Or better yet, no, you're not guilty because you're not polite.
You niggas still fucking talking? You niggas still breathing? Fucking roaches? All right.
Okay. All right. Whatever. Whatever, yo. I guess it's just, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's why he was working out so much. Maybe he already seen it coming. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he started getting in shape and drinking a bunch of water and buffing up, because like he knew what he was gonna have to go in for, and once he went in there, it was gonna be a problem for him. So it was like maybe he already knew. Like, I'm gonna put it out there like that. Maybe Polite already knew his cheeks was gonna have to, get ruffled or going through a scuffle or something. Like, maybe he was preparing himself. That's why he was buffing up, working out, trying to become a beefcake. I don't know. All I'm gonna tell you is this, huh? The Chomo shit is not right. The Chomo and the kid toucher. You know what I'm saying? You might slide with the touching, the hitting the elders, even though that's a big no too. But it depends on the elder. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's self-defense. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But he's able to pull that off because he's older. So he's trying to lie to the cops. But it's like, nah, this 60-year-old trying to rob me, motherfucker. It's like, sometimes shit happens. But that's not the situation here. Situation here is a dude known as like a master manipulator pedophile. We're not talking about no regular dude here. We're talking about somebody who's like ciphering through consciousness, prostituting women, basically molesting their daughters, stealing people money. Polite is a cold. That's a cold fucking devil right there, B. That's a cold devil. If you look at it the right way, if you look at him the right way, that's a cold devil. That's a cold devil. And for Side to be right there, pushing the line with him, claiming that, all this bullshit about, oh, I'm not a part of the conscious community. He's the house of consciousness. If that ain't the nigga who been lying to you, I don't know. And all he do is argue with the Bible. That's all he do. He ain't got no teaching for you. He ain't teaching you. He got a bunch of other people talking for him. And the only thing you see him do is diss the Bible. And he say he don't have no religion. He don't have no denomination. He just believe in the higher power. So I got one thing to tell you.
He wants you too, Malachi. He wants you too.
Damn! Damn!
Fuck. So how you can play around if you want in the mud. All you fucking want. You been knew them Aborigines was telling the truth. You been knew them fucking American Indians was telling the truth. They was poking their head out, poking their motherfucking spear on your fucking head. You be like, oh, spears from Africa. You out your fucking mind. Nigga, spears is all over the earth. That's the first weapon, stupid. The bow, the stick. The stick and the rock are the first fucking weapons on earth. Only a fucking dummy wouldn't know that. Like a true idiot would be the only person that didn't know that. two first weapons on Earth was a stick, sharpen the end of it, and a rock. The first, until motherfucker figured out that hitting a rock against another rock could make a fucking sword type object, knife thing. And then from there, it was on. But y'all buying it? Y'all buying that size off the hook simply because he didn't touch the kid? And, you know, they can talk the whole Nikki situation. All right, look, even if we let Nikki slide, son, even if we say that shit didn't happen, I don't believe that you didn't know about Polite's dirty ways because of your niece through marriage that you told us. That's the funny thing about you, Si. It's like you the one who said it. You talk too fucking much, son, because you was mad. Because just the Aries, just the fire in you. Well, you need to fucking douse that shit out, son. You need to cool it down because you didn't say too fucking much. You said it, B. We didn't say it. They didn't say it. You said it, son. And when you said that shit out your mouth, that was already the strike that we needed. You told us what this dude is about, but you kept him around. But he also had the jacket of being under a dude that already had this MO. Sigh. What are you doing over there? Gabagoo, you should be embarrassed. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of your damn self. You over here talking about you here for the people, you helping them, but at the end of the day, you keep bringing these creeps around. Napa is an ex-only fan. People got the pictures of her and shit. She is sent out. Everybody said that's a ran through Israelite. Like she done been ran through so many times and shit. You finally get into it. You like the fucking 38th dude up the bat. And that's why she's still mad, loud and shit. You ain't dicking her down right or something because she's still popping her gums, which don't make no sense. And then you out there just committing adultery. Trying to play the polite part too, maybe. 2 wives. But nah, you're not guilty though. You ain't got nothing to do it. So I don't know what you've been doing. You might not be doing it today, but I don't know what you've been doing. You got a long ride. And remember who you was fucking with before you start talking this black power stuff. You got to remember who you was fucking with. He was an NOI. He was a Muslim. Didn't your leader have a bunch of babies from women that was underage too?
Damn!
It's just a motherfucking. Like I said, anybody rocking with you getting bread, it's cool. I never say that because my one voice is not going to stop your business. Your business. There's so many dummies on earth. You know that. You know that. You know, and I'm serious. You know that. Melanated and unmelanated. You know there's so many black dummies on earth. So many white dummies on earth. So many dummies on earth. You already know that. Hey, keep doing what y'all doing, man. Make your bread. Hey, yo, make your bread. Get your money. Get your money. Make your bread. Fresh off work. Making my bread too. Hey, guys. Are you buying this story? Are you buying it? Like, buying it?
Niggas still fucking talking. You niggas still breathing.
Negros.